What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Aaron coming at you with another YouTube video. And today, it's episode 3 of Free&Gay, and the topic is going to be what defines you as a man. Now, for me, I have come up with several different categories that make me, or elements that just, make me believe that or feel like I'm a real man. And number one is this duality of faith in God along with fear of Him as well. And, fear of Him propels me to do certain things, and faith in Him propels me to go beyond the distance of what my limitations are. And I'm trying to say that, it's a part of my identity. I can't turn it off. It's something that I've grown up with. And then not just that, but I took it a step further when I went to college, and it just really, when I was out there by myself, it was like he was the only thing I could depend on. He was the only person I could, and my fear and my faith in Him is what guided every move. I think another part is principles like trust and honesty. Truth is like the number 2. It's like, if you can face, to me, if I can face reality, then I can overcome it. And so, as a part of my identity towards this path and this journey in my life, I have to accept the things that are real about me. It's like saying I have to accept the fact that I'm black. And then I have to take it a step further and be proud of myself in that truth. Owning your truth is what I'm trying to get at. So 1 is fear and faith of God. 2 is truth. Just valuing truth. I value honesty, and I value, no matter how harsh it is, I value it. Because to me, truth wouldn't be revealed if God didn't want it to be revealed to me. Therefore, I see it as a beauty for Him to actually share knowledge with me. Let's see. What's another thing about me that makes me feel like I'm a man? Kindness and goodness. I think being kind to others and looking outside of yourself helps define you as a man. It helps create this positive energy in you. I think that's one way to see the God in you. That the whole point of life is to discover God within yourself. And because God is good, it's like goodness and kindness has to dwell within you, and it has to be exerted out into the world as well. So in how you talk with people, your patience, all of that comes into play. Being good and kind to people, going out of your way to do something good, sacrificing something, all for your family or whatever the case may be, even like protecting, all of that goes into, I feel like, goodness and kindness. How big is your heart, basically. And then I think another thing that defines a man is another duality I think about, and like I said, it defines me. These are the things that define me. It's vulnerability and courage. Vulnerability and courage. It's like, I always see courage having the ability to do the things that you're scared to do, right? And then vulnerability is also being, that same token, yet and still it like makes you feel, what am I trying to say, Lord? Vulnerability is also a strength. I feel like we see it as a downside at times. That's kind of why I use it as a duality. But vulnerability is a strength. When you're able to say, hey, I need help, or I can't do this, you're wise enough to say that your limitations. because you don't have it all together. You're human, you know, and there's a strength in that, to have the courage to be able to say that, you know, and that you need help, and that it don't matter who you get the help from, as long as their heart is good and trying to just help you, you know. I think that defines a man, that courage to step into the unknown, and then that vulnerability to say, hey, I need help. Can you step in that darkness with me? Or, oops, I made the wrong move, you know, not necessarily turn back, but, you know, what can I do from this point? You know, calling all help to where you at, you know what I'm saying? And of course we know God gonna help you through it, you know, and that's how he works, it's through people. So I guess the relationship and connections, how can you do that? That's a part of it. And I want to say, I brought up 4 things. I think that's pretty good. I think 5 was gonna be like responsibility, you being responsible, on some level, you know, or just not even being responsible. I think just being, you know, well, yeah, because how is the world going to work if, you know, because everybody's important, and I feel like you have to maintain your value and your purpose. And even trying to figure out your purpose is a part of you putting into the world, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it's a never-ending journey of figuring out your purpose. Your purpose is ever evolving. It's gonna change routes. It's gonna do this. It's gonna do that. It never stops until you just pass the baton on to the next person. Normally that happens after you know, die. So I guess I'm just trying to say, just never stop building and being curious about discovering yourself in this short lifetime that we have. That's all about being a man, and that's a part of your responsibility. So those are like 5 things about me. I would say that, I'm sorry, I'm focused on this owl that's kind of like cute, and I'm just trying not to break my concentration. But so yeah, like I'm just trying to say that's basically what I feel that defines me as a man. Tell me what y'all think in the comments below. You know, what defines you? What are 5 things, or 4 or 3, maybe even 1 thing, you know, that you harp on, you know, or maybe you just need to think about it. Like, you know, like, hey, I really don't know. I never thought about something defining me. I just don't want it to be what society tells you. I guess I'm trying to say that a lot of times as we live and people call us by different names, that's why I say naming is also important. Like, you know, the fact that my name is Aaron, you know, it means mountain of strength and faith, and, you know, not easily moved, and light bearer, and all of those things kind of make up me. These are the names people call me, and it's just by the grace of God that I've learned to accept the name. And, you know, it was transforming me to be a person that I didn't even know this transformation was happening, because I responded to the call of my name every time. It was manifesting in me to be this mountain of strength, to be this light bearer, to be this, you know, person that cannot be swayed, you know, have this great determination and grit and willpower, you know, all through the grace and faith of and love for God, you know what I'm saying? Also fear for him too. I didn't even know that's what I was transforming into. You know, I was just giving a name. And even as I get more knowledgeable about it and I get closer to him and figuring out who I am, it comes together even more. That's why I say, like, naming is important. So watch out what you accept from the world, because some person can call you trash, and if you really believe that in yourself, you'll believe them, you know, and you'll end up manifesting that in your life, and you don't want to do that, you know. But like, you know, and don't limit yourself to one name. My name is Aaron, but I'm also a child of God. I'm also a nursing student. I'm also what else am I? I'm an enthusiast. You know, I'm a motivator, a philanthropist. I am I'm a brother. You know, I am a son, a grandson. I am, you know, what else? I don't even want to think of synonyms. Like I was gonna say, like I'm innovative and intelligent and all of these other things. But what I am not is, I guess that's the point. Try to figure out what you are not, you know, and it'll help narrow down what you are. You can sometimes call out exactly what you are, but sometimes even that's hard. So just start calling out what you're not. You know you're not a liar, even though you may have lied a couple times. You know you're not a mess up, even though you may have made a few mistakes along the road. You know that just because you're gay, it doesn't mean that you're doomed and destined for hell and all of that stuff. You're not destined for hell. That's just what people tell you. That's not, and that's people that don't even know themselves. People that are not even knowing, they didn't even crack open the Bible. They didn't even do a good thing in their heart. They probably turned up on Saturday, went to church on Sunday, and went and turned around and did nothing but bad all week. It's more than just what people classify you as, just because they scared, or just because you're different from them, or just because you believe different. You're not what they say. You are what you say you are, and really you're what God says you are. But like I said, in order for you to find out what God says you are, against all odds, you have to discover yourself, and that means accepting your truth. That means accepting who you are. That means loving yourself, knowing that God wouldn't have created you the way that you are if you weren't significant enough. You know, so just love on yourself. You know, and define values for yourself and reasons why you think you are a man. You know, what makes you a real man, not the fact that you have to make a certain amount of money or retain your culture's norms, or that you have to base your decisions off of somebody else's dreams and not your own, you know, or even, I don't know, it's so much. You don't go for what somebody else wants you to be. No matter how much you love them, no matter how much you hate them. Either way, you always want to find this place of goodness and love within yourself. Figuring out what virtues are in you, because they have to be. I promise you, every bad that you find about yourself, there's a good to it. It has to be. This life is nothing but life comes out in doses of like coins. They come out in coins, and every coin has a heads and a tails. And for all those negatives, those tails, those bad things that you're talking about, there's a heads up. There's a favor over you. There's a positivity that's connected to it. You just have to search it and find it, because that's what God is. It's like trying to find the needle in the haystack. It's like trying to find, and it's really not even that hard if we just let go and, you know, not care about, you know, you can feel, think about it, if you were a needle in a haystack, like if you were the actual needle, you would feel claustrophobic with all of the straw around you, and you really somebody's trying to find you, and or, you know, yeah, somebody's trying to find you, and you're like, or you're trying to find yourself, or you're trying to just find the doggone needle so you can find yourself, whatever. And yet and still, it's like, in this search, you are just smothered out by the surrounding hate. You're just smothered out. Your thoughts, your space, your who you are, your identity, everything is just smothered out, and you know, it feels impossible to find yourself, but you have to keep trying. And I promise you, somehow, some way, you're gonna get to it. But you gotta, you know, just be strong and relentless and unafraid and unapologetic, because you are special. I don't care what anybody tells you, because they like to tell gay people that they're not special, but y'all really are special. And I feel like they've robbed God from us in a lot of ways, but they can't, you know, because I feel like a lot of people, you know, have turned away from God, or even don't even give him a chance, just because of the people that raised them with so much hate, or the people that were surrounded them that ostracized them with so much hate. And it's like just mentioning his name or a church or anything just makes them angry or sad or lost. And the truth of the matter is, don't run from him. Don't let them steal your God. They can't do that. They can't do that. That's one thing they can't have. It's imperative so you can live, so you can be free. There's so many people that died for us to even be who we are, or try to discover who we are and be comfortable in discovering that. We can't give up in trying to seek this peace within knowing who we are and owning who we are, and not letting anybody easily take that from us. That's why it goes back to having this faith in him, so that way your foundation and who you are can be stable, because he's stable. So just, I promise y'all, these are the things that define you as men. It always starts and ends with God. And I promise you, just, I don't know, this is what I was thinking. But tell me what y'all think in the comments.
Mystery number, call back. I better not be again. No, you wish it wasn't. No, you wish it wasn't. Ooh, so hard to love.